Welcome back to Hashes and Numbers. Thomas and here my co-host.
Justin.
And today we're going to be previewing week 15 of the NFL slate, and then we're going to look into the college football playoff bracket and give our thoughts for that. I know college football playoffs is a time where you like to watch, and it's exciting for everyone. New format, a couple of teams, getting left out that shouldn't have, a couple of teams that got in maybe that they shouldn't have. We'll preview everything there. But first, let's preview the NFL slate. Thursday Night Football, we got the Bucks and the Falcons. Who do you got in this one? Looking right now, for me, I'm seeing the spread at 4.5.
Yeah. So, I mean, if Jake London plays, I think this game will be a plus four, 4.5. But if, you
He's ruled
know,
out, I'm pretty sure.
he's ruled out, okay, I
Yeah.
mean, I probably roll with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers minus 4.5. This team looks iffy the couple past week, losing to the Saints, where it was a pretty bad loss. And, Mike Evans and Jalen Moonman they're maybe coming back this week, which is for sure is going to help this offense. And yeah, just expect a little bit more from Baker this week.
Yeah, I'll meet you there. I got the Bucks minus 4.5 as well. I mean, Baker has kind of declined after that. A lot of Mecha's also declined. A lot of off-target passes, but I think they get right with the Falcons. I just don't like the Falcons right now. They're on a decline. I don't like what they're coming to this game with. Next, you got the Bears at home against Cleveland. Bears are 6.5 point favorites. Who do you like in this one?
Yeah, I mean, this is like I was gonna say luck, but I won't go with the luck quite yet. I think the Bears will win this one pretty comfortably, but I don't know about 6.5. They lost a brutal one to the Brown or to the Packers, and Caleb looked pretty good in the second half. And while Shador, he been balling off recently, but I think it's a little time to sell off. I mean, I think he'll still have his impact, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking this as my lock. The Browns are not good. The Bears are looking to bounce back. This is the most prime position for the Bears to be in for a lock, 6.5. I think this thing gets into double digits for sure. Um, Next you got the Ravens going into Cincinnati. Ravens are 1.5 point favorites, but I'm pretty sure it's a pick on depending on where you want to get it. What do you have in this one?
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably lean towards the Bengals offense, meaning the Bengals to win this game and cover, just because Lamar Jackson hasn't looked bright all season, and Joe Burrow been looking pretty good or very good when he's back.
Yeah. Um, I'm also going with the Bengals in this one. I don't know. I don't like what the Ravens are coming in with. Lamar's not having that good of a year, having injury problems, and it just doesn't look like he's clicking with his receivers or tight ends. Bengals in a must win. I don't know if the division's out of the picture just yet, but I think that if they lose this one, I think they can kiss their chances in the division goodbye. So I'm gonna take the Bengals plus 1.5 as well.
Yeah.
Now we got the Chargers going to Arrowhead, 5.5 point dogs. What do you think about this one?
I mean, yeah, KC looks very off right now. Like people are saying Mahomes look wash and Kelsey looks wash. I mean, they're the great two at the end of the day. They for sure 99.9% have to win like all the games to get into the playoffs. I see KC winning this one, but I think it'll be close, the Chargers. I think it'll be like a field goal win for the KC just because it's been a struggle all year.
hmm I think that spread of 5.5 is too much. I think even like you said, if KC wins, I think it's gonna be close. But there's a scenario where if KC loses, the Bills win, the Texans win, and the Jaguars win, KC's eliminated from the playoffs. So that's something to look out for. I'm gonna take the Chargers plus the 5.5. As my upside of the week, I can see the Chargers coming in and taking care of business. Especially on high vibes coming off that good win against the Eagles. Now we got my matchup of the week, the Bills going into Foxborough. The Bills are 1.5 point underdogs, but this is another one where I could probably see either way at the end of the day closing for wherever you want to get it. What do you like in this Bills Patriots matchup?
Yeah, I mean, the last time these two faced off, it was a pretty good game, in fact, but Patriots came up on top with a score of 23-20, just a field goal game. And that game, Josh Allen, he played all right. But yeah, think the Bills are gonna win this game. I think it'll be close, but I think they win this game because there's like I don't think they get swept by New England Patriots, and there's I think they're still like the king of that division in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the other side. I think this is when New England kind of puts their foot down. Sweeping the Bills, I think, is gonna help. Is gonna be the final kind of stamping point because right now they haven't played anybody, but sweeping the Bills, I think, is what puts them in the contenders of like, yeah, this team is legit. Um, so yeah, I'm taking Drake May and the Patriots. I've been riding them all year. I'm gonna continue. Pause. Next we have the Commanders going into the Giants. The Giants are actually 1.5 point favorites. What do you have in this one?
Yeah, I mean the Commanders are just like screwed right now in my opinion. They lost Jaden Daniels is out for this week. Zach Ertz, primary weapon, and is any of the wide receivers out?
Uh, I'll take a look at the injury report real quick. Not that I know of initially.
Yeah, I mean maybe one of the wide receivers are, injured. He'll take a look, but I think the Giants are gonna win this game, just because Jackson Dart, like this Giants team is not bad if you really think about it, in my opinion. Yeah, I just think this offense could be very good with all the weapons, but they're mostly injured.
Yeah. I'm not seeing any injuries, at least not to McLaurin or Debo, so I don't think that's really an issue. But I think this is a classic. Giants have the first overall pick right now. They're gonna win and drop out of that first overall pick spot. I could see it happening. Yeah, it's just something I think it's a classic thing for the New York teams to have the first pick and then to win a game that's meaningless just to drop out of there. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm taking the Jackson Dart and the Giants. Next, we have Vegas going to Philly. Philly is 13.5 point favorites. Big spread here. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, I mean, you just can't rely on the Philadelphia Eagles right now, where Jalen Hurts looks very terrible. I mean, as an Eagles fan base been like supporting that Jalen Hurts was a top 10, but now it's the end of that era. We're thinking he's bottom 10 after watching that four interception and turnover or a fumble in the same play. Yeah, I mean the Raiders, they're starting Kenny Pickett, who was on the Eagles last year, so maybe that also hurts. And yeah, I just think the Raiders will play close, where the Eagles offense and their defense right now is not it.
Yeah, I'm also picking the Raiders to keep it at least within 13.5. Vibes are not great with this Eagles team. They got rid of the bunny. That's unfortunate. I think the bunny was really, a big factor in that one right there. I think the bunny leaving, I think it's almost as big as, Big Dom getting ejected. So I'm gonna take the Raiders plus the 13.5. Vibes are not great in Philly. Another huge spread. The Jets are 12.5 point underdogs going into Jacksonville. What about this one? What do you like in this one?
Yeah, I mean the Jets got brutaled by the Miami Dolphins last week, where they lost 34-10, Just Miami team that ran all over. So in my opinion, I see the Jaguars covering this spread and also winning just because the Jaguars are like hot right now, and their offense or like their running is very good right now as well. Travis
Yeah.
Etienne.
I'm rolling the same side. I'm going with the Jaguars with the big spread minus 12.5. I just can't pick the Jets right now. I don't even know who's starting for the Jets at quarterback. So it doesn't matter. I'm taking the Jaguars there. Now you got uh Arizona traveling to Houston. Houston is 7.5 point favorites. What about this one?
Yeah, I mean the Texans just had a very good win against the Kansas City Chiefs. I think like the rhythm continues where they won by 10 points. And the Cardinals has the weaker offense than the what's it called than the Kansas City Chiefs. And I also heard that Marvin Harrison might be out this week, so it's a lot of Wilson continuing.
This is the number one defense right now. I think they continue to lock down. I got the Texans minus 7.5. I trust their defense a lot. So give me the Texans. Now we got another great game. Packers going into Denver. Packers are favored by 1.5. What do you like about this one?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a luck for the Broncos, where I think Denver Broncos pressure will be able to get on Jordan Love, where it was shown last week, the when Bears were able to put that pressure on Jordan Love, he had a bunch of iffy plays where Jordan Love did not get pressure, he was just killing the Bears, and I think it's different for the Broncos, and I also think that the Bo Nix, he's getting hot right now. He's getting into that rhythm once again, and yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking the Packers on this one. I really like the Packers outside threats against the Broncos secondary. Obviously not Surtain. Surtain's one of the best in the league, but the other side with Riley Moss, I think no matter who he has to go against, I think the Packers have a variety of weapons, and I like their running game. And then on the defensive side, I think Micah's gonna get some pressure on Bo Nix. I think the defense is serviceable, so I like the Packers to go into Denver and get a win here.
Yeah, hold up. But like the crazy thing is, Micah Parsons was really a not a big factor in Chicago. So
Yeah, I think Chicago's a better O-line than the Broncos do. I like Micah to
you
have a good game this one.
you really think that the Bears have a better O-line than the Broncos?
I was on the outside, yeah. I think Darnell Wright
Oh, on the
and
house.
well, Micah's not going to rush from the. He's not a defensive tackle. He's not rushing from
Yeah.
inside. I think on the outside, right?
Oh,
Darnell
you're talking
Wright.
about outside. Oh, I mean, I could see that, they're not right. It's a good O-line,
hmm
pro level, maybe.
Yeah, and I think Caleb makes a lot more plays than Bo Nix does. Caleb was, escaping the pocket a little bit, right?
Yeah,
Even in the
yeah.
last play of the game, like he escaped the pocket, he just made a bad throw. But I
I
don't
mean, it
think Bo
was
Nix is really
there,
doing that.
but
Right, it
yeah.
was there. I'm saying he made plays like outside the pocket. So like if Micah won there, right, you wouldn't know because he's escaping, right? Bo Nix is
Yeah.
more of like a dump down type of guy. So if he holds the ball for a second longer, I can see the pass rush kind of playing it.
Mhm.
Another one of the good games, you got the Lions going into the Rams. Lions are 4.5 point dogs in this one. What are your thoughts on this one?
I'm barely taking like a big underdog. This is probably one of the one. The Detroit Lions winning this one, I like the Lions offense a lot, especially because Amon Ross probably like 100% now, and Jahmyr Gibbs, Jahmyr Gibbs and Amon Ross been killing it this season, where you could see it against the Rams. But I think it'll be a high scoring game. Like what's the over and under for the points?
Um, let's see. On the green, they have the over under at 55 and a half.
Yeah, I mean, I probably take the
One of
over.
the one of the higher totals of the game of the week. Actually, might be the highest total of the week.
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be surprising just because the Lions offense is very good right now, while the defense is all banged up, and the Rams also have the best offense.
Yeah.
I mean, just expect a big day from the Lions offense.
hmm I
Yeah.
think if I had to trust one side of the ball the most, I would say I trust the Rams offense the most. And then I trust the Lions secondary or like Lions defense as a whole the least. Um, with that being said, I'm gonna go with the Lions plus 4.5. I think 4.5 is too many. Um, I like the Lions to cover, keep this one close at least. Um, the Rams defense is pretty good. If they get pressure on Goff, I can definitely see the Lions offense struggling, but I think 4.5 is a little too much there. Now we
Yeah,
got oh, go ahead.
I'm just I'm just searching up the what is called Stafford stats against the Lions. It's pretty good, not gonna lie.
Well, it is his former team. He knows he always gets up for that one.
Over 300 in both of the games.
Okay. Yeah. Now we got Carolina going into New Orleans. Carolina's 2.5 point favorites,
Oh
playing for the
yeah.
division right now.
Yeah, I mean the Saints upset the Tampa Bay last week, so can they do it again in Carolina or because Carolina? I mean, I don't think so, because Carolina they're beating the bad teams a lot. I don't know. Like this Carolina Panthers team is very inconsistent, but I think we could see a Cam Newton type vibe for
Yeah,
Bryce Young this week. Yeah.
I'm rolling with the Panthers as well. I think one game's too many for the Saints. They got Baker in the Bucks. I don't think they get the Panthers. Um, yeah, I like Tyler Shuck, but I don't know if I trust him to have back-to-back great games. Next two games are pretty big spreads. We'll go first. The Niners hosting the Titans. Niners are 13.5 point favorites. Who do you got in this one?
Yeah, I mean, 13.5. Let's see how Titans been doing recently.
They beat the Browns last week.
Yeah,
They got blown out by the. Who did they get blown out by? I think they got blown out the game before that.
Jaguars.
Yeah.
I mean, they play like somewhat close with the. I mean, I probably take the Tennessee Titans right now for the spread at least, just because the spread, in my opinion, is a lot, and the 49ers offense is not getting it despite the bye, which I think might play a factor. I mean, this is a risky one. I can see it both ways, but for the
hmm
money line wise, I see 49ers winning just because they need a win right now very badly in order to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Niners money line. If this one's in Santa Clara, so I like the Niners to get up for this one. Niners starting to roll a little bit. They're 9-4, not a bad record. They're coming off a bye, so they're gonna be rested. I like them to put it on Tennessee. Another game between the AFC South and the NFC West. We got the Colts traveling into Seattle. Colts, they don't know who their quarterback is yet. Seattle coming off that victory against the Falcons. What do you like in this one?
Yeah, I mean, this is my feeling, trusting my gut, but I think this game, I see the Colts winning. I think it'll be close, higher than or closer than 10.5, maybe like a field goal win for Seahawks. But yeah, at the end of the day, Seahawks have one of the best D line in my opinion, and it's a very good offense with JSN. And
hmm
yeah,
Yeah, this is the one of those ones. Colts are very injured right now. I know they're missing both their top corners, and Seattle's got a pretty good D line. The only worry if you're a Colts fan is like if this is gonna end up like the Max Brosmer type of game, where Riley Leonard doesn't have that much experience, right? He's a rookie, and Philip Rivers hasn't played in the league for 5 years, so there's a chance this one gets wild, especially with the Seahawks defense, coming off back to back like 3+ turnover weeks. This is one of those games that could get interesting if it could get out of hand. So I'm gonna take the Seahawks minus 10.5.
yeah. Just a quick question, but like, so Philip Rivers, he hasn't played a game for 5 years. Do you think he'll get injured this game?
Do I think he'll get injured? No. I mean, I feel like injuries are different. I feel like if you get injured, right, unless it's like a big contact type of injury, like if you're a receiver, I think you're more at risk, right? If you take a big hit, get injured. I think if you're a quarterback, you might get the occasional rolled ankle, right? Shoulder, rib. But I don't think it's one of those like big injuries. Like Daniel Jones tore his Achilles, right? But it was non-contact. So it's not like you can come in and say like, oh man, he was facing the Jaguars, he's gonna get hurt, right? If you think of the big injuries with the quarterbacks this year, right? Lamar had what, a hamstring,
Mhm.
right? Joe Burrow, I mean, he kind of got rolled up on, and that was like unfortunate for the toe. So maybe you're at risk of the toe injury there. Um, but then like you think about, Jackson Dart concussion. I don't think Phil Rivers is gonna bang his head into somebody, right, at running, right?
Mhm.
Trying to think, Jaden Daniels, the freak elbow injury, right? That's one
Mhm.
of the ones where like I don't think Phil Rivers is really running, trying to outrun somebody, right? So I think I can definitely see him getting banged up, right? Take a big hit here, take a big hit there, right? Come out with the game with something. But I don't think you can really predict like, oh, I think he's a high risk of getting injured.
Yeah,
I definitely could see him coming out of the game though. Like he comes in, oh man, he took a big hit there. Let's bring in Riley Leonard.
yeah.
Yeah. We'll go to the primetime games real quick. The Vikings travel to Big Dallas. What do we think about this one? Dallas is 6.5 point favorites.
I just realized this is a primetime game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean the Vikings won last week, which is pretty shocking. And I mean, okay, let's um 63. I probably rule with the Dallas Cowboys, Their defense has been stepping up recently. Even against KC, they hold the ground. And I just really love this KC, or not KC, Dallas offense where George Pickens and CD Lamb. I mean, if CD Lamb doesn't even play, I think I trust this Dak Prescott run offense a lot.
Yeah, with you there. I like Dallas. Dallas is still in the race for the division. They're only one game back at the loss column. So I definitely think Dallas is something to play for right now still. So yeah, give me Dallas. I like their offense a lot. And then you got one hot team, one team that's not so hot. The Dolphins go into Pittsburgh. Dolphins on a 4-game winning streak. Steelers been scuffling a little bit, but they got a big win against the Ravens. Who do you like in this one?
Yeah, I think the Dolphins will win this one just because I think they're I still don't trust the Steelers offense, you know. They had a big game last week where DK and Aaron Rodgers had their best game in Steelers uniform.
Mhm.
But I just think that Devon Achane, you know, I think he'll go crazy this game. If and they could also rely on Tua this game where yeah.
Mhm. Any big predictions of the week before we move on?
Mm, yeah, you know, let's go with Phil Rivers, 200 passing yard.
I don't know if Philip is playing, so that one might be a push.
I have two, but that's
Okay.
like then could go with like Amara and Puka to go both over 115 and a touchdown.
Okay, that's decent. I don't really have one for this week.
Okay.
Um, okay. Before we move on to college football, let's look at the NFL playoff picture real quick.
Hmm.
Um, so right now we have the Broncos are the one seed in the AFC. They're tied with the Patriots, right? Um, did they play each other?
No.
Oh, best win percentage in conference games. Okay. So right now Denver has one more conference win than the Patriots. What do you think about the one seed? Do we think Denver holds on? Do you think the Patriots get the one seed? I can read out the remaining games real quick if you want a quick refresher.
Yeah, I mean, I could pull it up. So,
Okay, just real quick, the Packers, the Jaguars, the Chiefs, and the Chargers are who the Broncos have remaining. All right.
mhm.
And then the Patriots, they have the Bills this week. They got the Ravens next week, and then they got the Jets and Dolphins to close it out. So what do we think for the one seed in the AFC?
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be pretty close where, you know, it's tied right now.
I mean, they're gonna all be close. I mean, that's why we're going through them. But continue.
I think, I mean, you know, Denver has a pretty hard schedule left with with all these playoff teams. If you realize these are four playoff teams, I think gosh,
The Chiefs are a
Patriots.
playoff team?
I mean, you know, it's Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
It's not gonna be an easy win in my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at the Patriots schedule, I think that's a pretty solid schedule as well with the Ravens, Bills, and I say the Dolphins, but I still probably roll with the, you know, the Denver Broncos where I see I see like the defense stepping up and yeah.
Do you think the Broncos go undefeated?
I could see like one more loss or two.
Where do you think that loss comes from? I'm just curious.
KC.
KC?
That's like the one I'm scared, you know, it's because
Okay.
Broncos haven't been able to sweep KC, but you know, it'd be pretty fun to watch Broncos sweep KC and ruin KC season.
What about the Patriots? Who do you think their loss comes to?
You know, I see them losing this week to the Bills against
Okay.
Josh Allen.
Because I'm trying to figure this out right now. If the Patriots lose to the Bills and the Broncos lose to KC, the Patriots get the one seed.
Wait, what?
If the Broncos lose to the Chiefs and the Patriots lose to the Bills, and that's their only losses, the Patriots would get the one seed because they have the same conference record, right? Because the reason why I
Mhm.
ask is if the Broncos lose to the Packers, right? Then the Broncos conference record would be 8-2. No, 9-2, right?
Mhm.
The Patriots right now are 6-2. So if they lose to the Bills, right, then they have a what? But if they both lose in division, then the Patriots would only have one loss in division, while the Broncos have two losses because they lost to the Chargers. So in this scenario, right there, you just named out, the Patriots would jump the Broncos for the one seed. Just to note that real quick. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I think Broncos still come up on top.
okay. Jacksonville versus the Texans for the AFC South. Do you like Jacksonville or Houston? Jacksonville right now, the remaining games are the the Jets, the Broncos, the Colts, and the Titans. So a pretty light schedule there.
Wait,
Um,
so well, who was the last team
for
for the
Jacksonville,
Jack?
the
Yeah,
Titans. So they have the Jets this week. They have the Broncos next week, the Colts, and then the Titans.
yeah, I think they go like 3-1.
Okay. Houston has the Cardinals, the Raiders, the Chargers, and then the Colts.
I also think they go 3-1 as well.
Okay, so in that scenario, then Jacksonville would win by one game.
Hmm.
Okay. I can definitely see Houston jumping Jacksonville. I definitely think there's a world where the Texans go 4-0 there. The banged up Chargers, I mean, they can take a game, but they also, right, like I can definitely see the Texans winning that one.
Yeah.
Now, the AFC North is a very interesting one. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and maybe even Cincinnati. Who do you like in that one?
It's a 3-game back. Okay. Let
We'll go
me.
between the Steelers and the Ravens. Steelers have the Dolphins, the Lions, the Browns, and then they play head to head. The Ravens have
You
uh
could go first. I'm pulling it up real quick.
the Ravens schedule is hard. They got the Patriots and the Packers. I think those are two games where they definitely could drop. Steelers have a little lighter schedule, so I like the Steelers to get the division there.
Okay. I Steelers. I think they drop couple, in my opinion.
Okay.
And then for the Ravens, I think. Hold up. I see a road where Bengals win this
Right?
conference.
That's why I bring in the Bengals because the Bengals, like, if they can somehow win out against the Ravens, the Dolphins, the Cardinals, and the Browns, they're back in there. They have 9 losses. You need Pittsburgh to lose 3 games, I think. But they have the Dolphins this week. They have the Lions and then the Ravens last week of the season.
Yeah,
Never say never.
yeah. If what it's called Steelers don't win their division, there's gonna be a what was called. They're gonna be a wild card team, no?
I don't know. 7-6. I mean, they'd be below Indy if they weren't the division leader.
Interesting. It's the Steelers. They always get in playoffs, so I think it'll be like the Bengals and then Steelers.
I don't know if they do though. I don't think 9-8 gets you this year because we'll go next. The Chargers and the Bills. Do you think those are locks for the playoffs?
The Chargers.
Chargers and the Bills.
I think the Bills are our luck. Yeah,
I agree.
Chargers. Um, I don't think the Chargers are our luck. Because if you think about it, their remaining schedule's all hard. KC
Hmm.
and then Dallas, Tennessee, and then the Broncos.
But if they lose every game, they'd be 9-8. Do you think Indy can make it to 9-8?
That's probably not.
Right? I'm assuming Houston and Jacksonville both are good, right?
Hmm.
So that would leave what? The loser of the AFC North, Indianapolis. And the Chiefs aren't getting to 9-8, are they?
See a road where KC goes undefeated till
It's
the Broncos
possible.
game. Yeah.
It's possible. I mean, yeah, I mean, I think the Bills are a lock. I pretty much put the Texans in the lock. Chargers, I think, are iffy, but I think the Bengals have the best shot in the division. I don't think they're getting a wild card. I think the Pittsburgh is also going to be probably best shot division. We'll hover
Yeah,
to, yeah.
I could also see, this Dolphins team that I've been writing just a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The Dolphins could definitely jump up there. I think them and the Chiefs both could jump up there. Dolphins got a
Hmm.
little bit tougher schedule though.
Yeah, just expect a little bit more from Tua, and yeah, this team will be a playoff team in my opinion.
I think they're just a little too far behind the 8 ball. They have to play the Patriots in the last week of the season. If the Patriots are playing for something, that's a tough one. In the Patriot in Foxborough, January game in the snow, I don't think that goes well for Tua, right?
Oh yeah, it's
I can definitely see the Dolphins doing something there, but I think they might fall just short.
yeah, and also this just what it's called crazy take before the season, right? I
Hmm.
said that the Broncos are gonna be first place in the division.
Yeah, I'll give you credit for that one. That was a good clean
And
take there.
KC to, be bad this season. So
Yeah, we'll see about KC being bad. They have been bad so far, but 9-8 in the playoffs, who knows? Watch them go on a run there.
yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. Scary team if they're
I'll
in.
say this. Among these teams, if you're the Broncos, right? Let's say somehow, you lose one more game, the Patriots lose one more game, but you jump to the two seed, right?
Hmm.
Which team are you the most scared of? Buffalo, the Chargers, Houston, or
It's up to
KC?
8, right?
Huh?
Wait, what? What are the teams?
Uh, well, I'm gonna say the Chargers, the
Hmm.
Bills, the Texans, or the Chiefs. Because I don't think you're not scared of Indy, right? Are you scared of Baltimore? Not over Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
Are you scared of Miami?
Probably
It's a
not.
cold weather game. So I'm saying are you scared of the Chiefs?
I mean, yeah, if it's a playoff game, probably
Right. The Bills, the Texans have a great defense, and the Chargers. Who would you say you're the most scared of there in that group?
just probably KC just because, they're the more experienced team
Hmm.
and yeah,
I think Buffalo's got experience too. I wouldn't be too, I mean, Buffalo, I think would be second scariest there.
yeah.
I'd be pretty scared of Houston too. Houston's got such a great defense where like if you get shut down for a little bit there, can you make up that ground? I mean, that game might be, 6-3 at the end of the game.
Yeah, I was about to say defensive battle game.
Yeah. All right, we'll hop up to the NFC. So this is kind of the one seed, five seed debate. Seahawks, Rams. Who do you like in this one?
I mean, actually, I probably can't ride Chicago first seed, maybe like 2 seed. Probably ride with the
Well, the
Seattle
problem, okay, I'll
Sea.
say this. I'll put this out first. Chicago's problem right now is they have three division losses. So if it comes down to it, the division records,
Mhm.
Chicago's going to lose every tiebreaker. Every team above Chicago right now has a better division record, and that's why they fell all the way to the seventh seed, right, when they lost.
Mhm.
It's because every team that they're tied with is gonna have the division record over them. So I think it's between the Rams and the Seahawks, unless maybe the Packers jump in there.
I think it'll be the Seahawks, to be honest.
Yeah, the only thing that I feel like the Rams have such an easy schedule past like this Lions game, right?
Maybe like look at the LA Rams schedule.
Well, their last two games are the Falcons and the Cardinals,
And
right?
then the Seahawks
Well, the Seahawks is a head-to-head
after.
game, yeah.
I think they lose those 2 games.
Okay. Seattle's got Indy, the Rams, the Panthers, and the Niners.
I mean, I think Seattle's just won like randomly just to like the Panthers,
Yeah.
maybe.
I mean, yeah, I think Seattle will have two division losses. It'll be close. I'm interested to see who that. I think the winner of that game maybe gets it.
Yeah.
Um, okay. I think Green Bay's pretty locked. Do you think the Bears can take the division back?
Yeah, I mean, it's because all needs to happen is the Broncos beat the Packers this week, right? And then the Bears beating the Browns, and then the Bears would
Bears
basically
Packers.
Bears would basically be tied, and then I think it comes down to the game in prime time in Chicago. So
Are you worried about San Fran and Detroit to close out your season?
I mean, I think we won one of those games.
But if you win one, the Packers go undefeated, you're kind of done for.
What's the Packers schedule looking like?
They got the Ravens and the Vikings to end it off.
Ravens? Yeah, I mean, it's the Ravens. It'll be hard.
But that's different Ravens. This is in Green Bay. You can't say you don't like the Ravens' chances in the division and then say it's a hard team to play against the Packers, right? Because when we were talking about the AFC North, you said the Packers were going to beat the Ravens, right?
I could go both ways if you really think about it, though.
If you really think about it, I mean, this Ravens team really, do we like this Ravens team?
I mean, just because, they got a
They can't
few.
stop a nosebleed though.
Yeah,
Like, and then you got what, nine to close out the season?
maybe
The
nine did
Broncos
something.
get,
Maybe
huh?
nine does something, maybe
Well,
maybe
it's
the
not the
nine,
Bears.
huh?
It's not the Bears. Nine don't do nothing against anyone but the Bears or the Commanders, I guess.
No, maybe nine does something surprising. 10 does something.
Early indications right now. Packers are 3-point favorites against the Bears in the second game.
Hmm.
I know it's a next week type of thing, but the line coming out this early, Packers being 3-point favorites. I don't know. I feel like the Packers, I like right now, I like their chances to win the division more. I'm not going to say the Bears are out of it or the Lions are out of it, but I just think the Packers with that tie put them in a better position right now because all they have to do is just match what the Bears do, right?
Yeah,
And if you can beat the Bears one more time, you're pretty much a lock, right? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because
hmm
even if let's say they lose to the Broncos and then they beat the Bears, right?
yeah,
All you have to do is match what the Bears do between the Lions and the Niners. You know what I'm saying?
okay, yeah.
So I
So I
probably lean
mean,
Packers on that one.
what
I
would
think the
happen
Bears make the
if
playoffs though.
Packers win two more games, or lose two more games,
Uh-huh.
and
Which
Bears
two though?
drop
It depends which two.
the Bears and the Broncos,
Okay.
and the Bears drops one.
And the Bears drop one.
Hmm.
So the Bears will end 12-5. You said the Packers would drop two more games?
Hmm.
So the Packers would drop below the Bears there.
Yeah, I think that happens.
But then that opens the door for the Lions.
Ooh.
Because what are the two games that the Bears drop? Are you dropping one to the Browns?
No, I
So
think
then it would have to
to
be the
the
last two games then.
to the Niners or to the Lions. I just
It-
realized, well, this is this last game at 10 a.m. or is it undecided yet?
Which one? The last game against the Lions?
Bears, yeah, Bears
It's
Lions.
not decided yet.
So I just say
If
it's
it's
10
to the
a.
Lions, the Lions might win the division there. Unless they lose to the Rams. I don't know. That one's gonna be that gets iffy. I think that's your scenario. I think if the Bears only drop one
Hmm.
and the Packers drop two, you need the Packers to drop two.
Or maybe nine does something. Nine.
Yeah. All right. I think are we pretty sure that the Eagles are gonna hold off the Cowboys?
I mean, yeah, but it's not looking good down there or up there.
Eagles have a pretty light schedule other than the Bills.
Yeah.
The Cowboys, they also have a pretty light schedule.
The Cowboys?
Yeah, they got the Vikings, they got the Chargers, they got the Commanders, and then the Commanders, and then the Giants.
Dang.
There's some chaos in there, but I think the I think Philly holds them off there. Who do you like more, Bucks or the Panthers?
Not gonna lie, I just have a feeling that Panthers will get in.
They play each other twice in the next 4 weeks, so that's just gonna be who do you think they can win? Who do you think wins head to head?
I think it'll be 1-1.
Okay, so then I think the Bucks will take the division then, because the Panthers still got the Seahawks.
But at the end of the day, I see us dropping like a, a game, maybe to the Niners or to the Panthers.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but I mean, who knows? Yeah, again, it's true. Who knows? But I will say the Bucks don't have anyone harder on the schedule other than the head-to-heads. They get the Falcons and the Dolphins. And then quick, you think the Niners are safe in the playoffs?
Mm,
They have that Bears game and then the Seahawks game, right? But they also get the Colts and the Titans.
I wouldn't be surprised if they drop down to 7, maybe.
But you think they're in the playoffs, right?
Mm,
Because I will say right now, if you say the Niners beat the Titans and they beat the Colts, right?
mm.
Then they can't drop any further than the Panthers. And if you're saying they're splitting against the Bucks, the Panthers splitting against the Bucks, it would just be the Lions and the Bears who do either of them go undefeated?
I think there will be three NFC North team possibility possible.
You think the Niners drop out? Unless do
Because
you think the Seahawks drop out?
I don't think Seahawks drop out, but I think the Niners might drop out.
Okay, do you think they beat the Titans and the Colts?
Titans. Oh yeah, 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 never mind.
Right? And then they played the Bears head to head.
Hmm.
and then they play the Seahawks. So if they go 2-2, right?
Hmm.
They finish 11-6.
Yeah.
Um, the Lions have to finish undefeated, pretty much. And the Lions still have to play the Bears. So one of them's gonna get a loss there, right?
Hmm.
So I think the Niners are pretty safe right now.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right. Um, Before we wrap it up, we want to head to the college football playoffs. You're a pretty you occasionally dabble in college football playoffs, right?
Hmm.
I'm on ESPN's bracket challenge. We're not sponsored. No sponsor by the way, but I just think it's a fun thing that I like to do. The playoff bracket challenge. Um, so I have it pulled up. We'll go through the matchups and you tell me who you like, and whether you know anything about either of the teams, right? James Madison versus Oregon. Um, Quick little preview. The Ducks are 21.5 point favorites right now. It's in Eugene. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I sh I know the Ducks a little bit, but what's the James Smith? What are they good at?
The Ducks? Yeah.
Or James Madison?
Oh, James Madison. I
Because
think
I don't, just like a lower team, so I actually don't know.
yeah, for sure. So James Madison right now, just a little quick insight on them. Um, so they went undefeated in the Sun Belt. They have one loss. Let me check who their loss is to. Their loss right now is to Louisville. Okay.
Mm.
Um, so they're pretty good against the like in the metrics, but they haven't played anyone good. I believe they're top ten on offense or top 10 defense on one of the sides or one of the
So,
metrics.
so there's like a Boise State team.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I think, Oregon Ducks pull this off where Dante Moore might go off this game, but
hmm
at the same time, I just think this game will be close. And spread-wise, I think James Madison will cover.
hmm Yeah, so they're 10th in points per game. They're 10th in defensive points per game, and then they're 7th in margin of victory. Obviously, you have to remember they haven't like played that great of a competition.
Damn, their running back's pretty good too.
hmm
I think it'll be close.
Okay. I think this is easily Oregon. Um, Oregon's just better up front. Oregon has better like talent. And this is in Eugene, right? Got to
Hmm.
cross the country. Um, yeah, I don't think JMU. I don't want to say they don't have a chance, but I just don't think JMU gets it done here.
Where's James Madison
Virginia.
located? Oh,
Okay. We'll go on down. Alabama versus Oklahoma. Um, Anything on those two teams that you know of?
yeah, Alabama killing DeBoer and it's a little bit, but I think this game will be close. What's the spread at?
The
I
spread right now is
mm,
Alabama's 1.5.
this game's close. Yeah, I mean, I probably lean towards Alabama because I've been on the Alabama train
hmm
for the last couple of weeks. Yeah.
Just of note, they did play November 15th. Oklahoma won narrowly, 21-23, so it was a close game. And Oklahoma's coming in here a little hot, right? They've won their last four games. And their two losses to Texas and Ole Miss. Bama obviously lost to Georgia, they lost to Oklahoma, and they lost to Florida State. And Bama's lost two of their last three against, Power Four opponents. With that being said, I'm also going Alabama.
Yeah.
Um, I just think they're going to prove the committee right in putting them in. It just seems so due, and I think it's hard to beat like a team twice.
Hmm.
With that being said, Tulane versus Ole Miss. They played earlier in the year. Ole Miss won 45-10. What do you think about that matchup?
Um, Hold up.
Spread right now is Ole Miss 17.5. But Ole Miss is without their head coach. Lane Kiffin obviously went to LSU.
Tulane. Oh, Ole Miss.
Ole
Oh,
Miss. Well,
oh yeah.
Tulane's coach is leaving as well, but he's gonna be coaching through the playoffs.
I think the Ole Miss team will win.
hmm I mean,
Cover,
this one's pretty standard, but go ahead.
cover. I think is too much.
I mean, I would just say they did play 45 to 10 earlier in the season, so they covered by 35 and a half. So they almost doubled the actual spread.
Oh,
Even if they only win by, 17 or 18 points, they cover that. I say only because last time they played it was 35. And then in my opinion, the best matchup is Miami against Texas A&M in Texas A&M. Um Anything of note? Miami obviously jumped over Notre Dame. Notre Dame fans probably are not happy. The line's A&M -4.
um, probably take the Texas A&M.
hmm This is
Yeah.
the one where I think people were looking at potentially upset, but I think I took all the favorites here. Um, A&M was undefeated until they lost to Texas. Miami obviously has two bad losses. We'll look quickly at the second round. The Orange Bowl is going to be what you would have is Oregon against Texas Tech. Who do you like in that one?
You said Oregon and Texas A&M.
Texas Tech.
Oh, Texas Tech. I mean, I'd probably take Texas Tech just because I don't think this Oregon team's win all, and Texas Tech team look he has an exciting offense.
hmm I differ from there. I went Oregon, but I wouldn't be surprised, obviously, if Texas Tech were to win this one. But um, I think Oregon's just a little bit better. I think I trust Oregon up front. I trust Oregon's coaching a lot, not a lot, but a little bit more. So that's why I went there.
Mhm.
Um, Next one you have is the Rose Bowl, where you'd have Indiana against Alabama.
Yeah, I mean,
Who do you think about who do you like in that one?
I probably take Indiana just because they're the number one seed right now. I think I'll be close, but I probably trust Indiana to win this one.
Indiana showed me something against Ohio State. It showed me they're legit. They're gonna be motivated. I like Kurt Cignetti, so yeah, I'm taking Indiana as well. Sugar Bowl is gonna be Ole Miss versus Georgia. Who do you take in that one?
Probably Georgia. Yeah.
hmm I also took Georgia. Um, in a hypothetical, real quick, they're having Texas Tech -1.5 against Oregon for the hypothetical spread.
Hmm.
Okay. Indiana against Alabama, you said
Yeah.
they would have a hypothetical spread of Indiana -6.5, and then Georgia versus Ole Miss. Georgia's favored by 5.5.
Okay.
I'm picking Georgia as well. And then the last one, Ohio State against you had A&M.
Hmm.
They'd be 7.5 favorites against A&M. Who do you like in that one?
Probably OSU just because they're a big house.
Yeah, obviously last year all of the teams that had first round buys lost. They changed it up this year, so it wasn't, we didn't have Arizona State and we didn't have Boise State getting the first round buys. So that might change this year. But in this one you would have all the favorites winning, correct?
Hmm.
Okay. Now your semifinals, the Peach Bowl, you have Indiana against Texas Tech. Um,
Wait, what did you say? Texas Tech and who?
Indiana,
Oh, that'd be a good game.
what do you like in that one?
I'd probably take Texas Tech to be honest. I think it'll be close, but just how about feeling it'd be Tech?
Okay. I'm going Indiana. I think Indiana is right now the best team in the country. And I have them against Oregon. I think they beat Oregon again for a second time. I said it's hard earlier, but I think Indiana is one of those teams that can beat Oregon twice. And then the Fiesta Bowl, we both have Ohio State against Georgia. Who do you like in that one?
I'd probably take OSU.
Okay. This is the one matchup where, I'm worried for Ohio State. Georgia is an SEC team and they're playing really good right now. They're playing their best right now after that loss to Alabama. Um, Ohio State was coming off a loss in the Big Ten championship game. I'm riding with Ohio State, but this is one I could see go either way. And your national championship, you have Ohio State against Texas Tech. Who do you have in that one?
Yeah, I've OSU going back to back.
I have Ohio State going back to back as well. All right, that wraps it up. Um, we'll go over some bowl mania because we got some bowl games this weekend. Any games you're looking at?
Yes, the Washington Huskies against Boise State. I think it'd be a pretty good game.
I won't ask for a pick because we're doing a bowl mania. For a little bit some for a little something something on the line. But with that being said, thank you guys for listening, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Yeah, peace.